What up, Dizzy Drew?
Yo, what up, Dwoz?
It's another Saturday. We're going to be hanging out together today. We got a big weekend, you and I. We're going to go to the game tomorrow, so we're going to talk a little bit about that.
It'll be a good game.
But in this week's episode, we're going to touch on something a little different, right? Something called life after porn.
Oh, jeez.
I know you're I know you're excited about this, but it's going to be more than just that. So we're going to talk a little bit about the origin, the progression, the availability of it, the acceptance, the awareness,
The money.
the Johnny Manziel,
Yeah,
money, 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 how it could be damaging, where to get it, where they're going to go after this, a little bit about health, and then also we're going to touch on a surprise.
Oh, yeah?
Has to do with porn, then it has to do with stars, and then it has to do with stars in the cinema.
Oh, celebrities?
Celebrities.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But first, man, I'm excited about you coming over to my house tomorrow morning, bro.
Oh, I know. It's going to be a good time.
I just gassed her up. I actually washed the vehicle today.
The vehicle.
Yeah. I washed
Why
it.
did you wash it today?
Well, it was this morning because my boys are going to be riding in the ride.
Right.
And
I appreciate that.
yeah, dude, it's like, you know.
It did rain cats and dogs today.
Yeah, but I mean, early in the morning it was sprinkling and tinkling. So just went into the Quick Quack. Shout out to Quick Quack. Hope I get next month free. But they might charge us double for the way we talk on here, right?
Seriously.
Yeah, so we just got it cleaned up, got her all gassed up, all gussied up.
Nice.
And tomorrow, we're going to leave pretty early. We're going to do something we don't normally do. We're going to pick up a friend on the way and then pick up another friend on the 105, 605.
Okay, I saw that. Yeah.
Georgetown. I'm going to pick up Georgetown.
Nice. Cool.
And we're going to...
You want to hit breakfast before then?
No. I mean, you can't.
So I got to eat before I get in the car, is what you're saying?
I'm not going to be gross, but I don't want a bun in the oven when I go to the stadium. You know what I'm saying? Because those boys, they don't know how to handle their wieners. And they like to do the firemen where they just, I don't know what they do. And it's sad because I respect that. When I go to a public facility, especially a game or something like that, man, even if you got to use your shoe, lift up the toilet seat, man. You never know when you got bubble guts and you got to run in there and squeeze some cheese.
That's gross, dude.
It is gross, but you know what's really gross is if you have the diarrhea, right?
Yeah.
If you got the diarrhea and you got to go in there,
Well, you know,
and you're trying to
sometimes.
pull it down like saran wrap because it's stuck because of all the sweating, and you got piss everywhere, dude, and you're gonna hover. It's disgusting, and then you're squirting. Oh, it's bad.
Thank God it's a scenario I've never had to encounter. Thank God.
I know, and I tell my son too when we go to the games. I'm like, son, you better pinch a little off before we go. Drink
Yeah,
some
right.
coffee, get
Yeah,
something going,
seriously.
dude. You don't want to be doing it.
You do
The
not.
Coliseum was the worst.
Ugh.
And
How
even
many years old is a Coliseum? Can you
Man.
imagine? Like 40-year-old toilets?
It's nasty. They had troughs.
Oh, that bad.
Remember?
That
And they
bad.
used to throw, it was so bad, they used to throw the ice in there. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
and you're trying to piss and just that hot urine,
I
like
remember-
foamy waft of just fucking dude's urine.
I was like a teenager and somebody took me to a Lions game and I walked in. I had to go so bad. My bladder was bursting. I just could not go because I had total stage fright. It was the most uncomfortable feeling I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah. We'll
Good
try to
bit.
go to Marine Corps boot camp, dude.
Yeah, I bet.
Try taking a dookie with 20 guys
Staring at you.
Oh, they're lined up, dude. Yeah.
Hurry up, Waz. Hurry up, dude. Hurry up, D-Waz.
Damn, bro.
You can edit that
Everybody
out.
knows me anyways. But tomorrow, dude, you know what? At the beginning of the season, when we first got these tickets, you and I, we spent a little extra money because we're going to be sitting down with the players, you know what I'm saying, on the
sweet.
50. And we got a good deal on them. And just Seattle against the Rams, I didn't think Seattle was going to be who they are today.
At the beginning of the season, didn't think so either.
Dude, tomorrow is going to be a fucking
Really,
monumental
it's gonna be a good game.
gladiator
It's a good
game.
dude.
Oh, my God, dude.
Seriously, highlighted game for next week or for tomorrow, I would think.
And then my heart's gonna spurt because next weekend, brother, we're going to Vegas, you
Going
and
to
I.
Vegas, yes.
And you're gonna be doing your thing. I'm gonna be doing my
Can
thing.
you imagine if, not because of anything bad happens, but, you know,
Mhm.
what if next
What
weekend
if?
was Shadour's first start?
You don't. Oh, that'd be nice.
Could be. I'm not saying it's going
Shit,
to
I want
be.
the Raiders to pick him up. But I heard I just heard scuttlebutt that the Raiders are looking to bring Dion, bring him up, and bring his boy over. I heard that's scuttlebutt.
There's so many rumors nowadays.
Yeah.
I know.
But anyways, you and I are going to go see the Browns and the Raiders play
Good game
at Allegiant Stadium.
I hope the Browns can make it a game to be worth interesting when watching. But
Then we're going to go to your brother's house on Saturday, BBQ, little BBQ.
little something.
We'll play a little poker, little pokey dokey.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe we should find I wonder if there's a poker room at the hotel near him.
Oh, I don't know. But yeah, what are you going to do with your kids? And then I got my wife, Yeah.
Never mind.
Hey, babe, can you wait in the car?
Do you mind?
While I go and play poker. Yeah, she'll go for that. No, she's really cool.
Totally.
Yeah.
Sure. No.
No drink of water, please.
No.
You're not in the vehicle. But then I'm going to the next game, which is the Chargers and Raiders. So I'm booked up the next 3 weeks.
And that's the following weekend?
Yeah, dude.
After Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Holy cow, dude.
So,
3 in a row for you. That's awesome.
My son, DK, is going to go with me to, our whole family's going to the Raiders and the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the Chargers and the Chargers and the Raiders, I got VIP. I'm somebody's guest, and I'm going to be going downstairs. Interesting enough, I played in a golf tournament on Friday. It was business.
Mm-hmm.
It was Builders Association.
Is that why the Titleists were out on the table?
Yeah.
How many did you lose?
Tron TV. No, I don't play with those. I play with the cheap ones. Tron, what's his name? Sean TV. Sorry, I said Tron. Sean TV. He's got a podcast, and he also does a show on ESPN. Okay. He was at one of the holes, and we talked for a while, man.
Nice.
He dug our podcast, dude.
No way.
I said I'd give him a shout out, even though I said Tron. I mean, Sean.
Yeah, right.
My bad. He's on the NFL Network.
Oh.
Yeah, so I stayed and I hung out with him for a while. We talked some shit. Man, I was making that dude bust up. He was like, dude, you're crazy. I even said, hey, this is our podcast. He was all like, that's good to go, man.
Nice.
He said it sounded good.
It's always good.
So we're not going to do any good news this week. And I mean,
we'll find time.
Yeah, I got to tell you, this episode that we're going to do here, this is probably one of the first episodes I talked to you about us doing, because
you threw it at me and we kind of were like, man, we held back on it, and then we were finally like, you know what, we need to. I think it's a topic, not because we're perverted, but just because it's something that has larger implications within our society. But
isn't it crazy? I mean, we're gonna talk about a subject called pornography, and we're not getting nasty. We're not talking about doing dirty things and fingerings and stuff like that.
Oh boy.
None of that stuff. That's not what this is about.
Yeah,
this is more about what it's done to us as a society. And more importantly, what do these people do? They get a false sense of hope where they see gold at the end of the rainbow, but it's not. And they're just thinking short term, So, I mean, like I said before, we're going to talk, we'll just start off with a little bit of the origin of pornography. Yeah. And I think ever since man has been a man walking around with a morning wood, I got to go to the bathroom. Right. I don't know. I mean, sexuality's always been a part of humanity, right?
Of course.
And they found stuff 35,000 years ago. I mean, who the hell can date this stuff, which is crazy? Back in Germany, drawings of people doing just weird acts.
Was it like in caves or something?
I don't know. I just said in Germany. I didn't really get into all that because... Right. And I even had to tell him, I had to give a disclaimer to my wife. I said, again, I downloaded, purchased a lot of documentaries on this subject just to kind of educate myself. And I know that you did the same as well.
No, it was not porn that we downloaded.
It was not porn.
It was not porn.
No. And I actually showed my wife.
Documentaries and stuff.
My wife watched a couple of them with me, and we kind of looked at them from a third-party perspective about what are you guys doing here? You know what I mean? But I mean... this kind of whole thing started back in the Paleolithic period, and I'm not trying to get crazy. Back in Europe and Asia, that's 35,000 years ago. This is when dudes were just doing tools, art, kind of just understanding social behavior. Yeah, kind of.
Stone Age?
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, huh?
Crazy. So they found some drawings and whatnot of some dudes and girls, and that's pornography, man.
That's crazy, dude. And then, it kind of progressed since then. And you had a couple of books coming in, like the Kama Sutra, right? That's kind of like the big one everybody knows about, right?
Yeah.
That was the first big one they kind of did. And that was the 3rd century. So when you think about 3rd century, what does that mean to you?
To me, 3rd century was 1700 years ago.
Yeah, I had to look it up, dude.
1800 years ago.
Yeah, you're right. It's between 200 AD and 300 AD.
Yeah,
So that's crazy.
after Jesus. But,
And so the Kama Sutra, everybody's thinking, oh, let's check out position number 39. Right?
Mhm.
It wasn't about that. It was about
oh yeah, no,
it was about healthiness and
right.
about ways to pleasure your
Yeah, they
partner.
weren't-
It wasn't about, oh yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like
Oh my god.
they weren't trying to sell copies.
No. No, it was kind of like an educational book.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah.
Maybe more embedded in their religion and maybe into their culture.
Yeah, it was about healthiness, you know.
Mhm.
And well,
But today, by today's standards, very sexual filled, right? And kind of centered
my
around
God.
sex and
I don't know if
pleasure.
we were ready for that because the Western world wasn't like that. We're all
No.
prim and proper, and you know, in Europe, look at Europe now when it comes to pornography and all that
Yeah.
stuff. They're way advanced. You know, back in the '90s when I was in the service and I was over there in European countries, you turn on the TV late at night in the commercials, and they'd have pornography
Right.
on at night, and you're like, holy shit! And
Yeah.
I'd be in the hotel room. No, I'm just joking.
I was,
But I'm just like,
when I went to Spain when I was a kid, I remember late night there was it was a comedy, but it was all nude. But it was a comedy. It wasn't sex. It
well,
was
that's funny.
Well, it was funny. The one thing they did, they would like light pennies on fire, not like heat them up, and then they would ask the ladies, whoever these ladies were, I don't know, to sit on them and pick them up, and they would then light the penny up, like they would, and yeah.
Wait, wouldn't that burn them?
Yeah, but it was a comedy. It wasn't real.
Oh,
But still, like I just
that's not funny.
No, it's not. Well, it's
Hey,
funny
put
if it's
your-
a joke. It's kind of like
Labia majora minor
Not
on my
really.
hot penny.
they didn't really do it. It was a comedy. Right?
Huh.
It was funny because the girl reacted in a way that was, oh yeah, she hurt my, yeah, it was hot. Anyway,
But just disclaimer. I mean, just bear with us. I mean, this
was
is
in
not about
Spanish.
sexual.
I don't remember what they were saying. It was Spanish. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, it's all right. No, I just wanted to throw out a preface is that we're actually doing this just to kind of talk about it. This is not anything sexual or
right,
anything like
right,
that.
right.
So if you're unzipping your pants right now or think you're gonna
Yeah.
get aroused, this is not. Go to the next channel, please. But just think about this, the progression of it. And you and I were talking about this, about your daddy's Playboys and things like that.
Mm.
I mean, we started from what? We started from drawings, then photos, then to movies,
Mm-hmm.
and then to the internet, right?
Yeah. Can I add a little,
Yeah,
a
hell
little
yeah.
snippet? So I was in college, and one of my professors was telling me about how when he was a kid, it's a story he told us. He told
And
us
you said this during
during one of the classes
Wow.
we were having. He was telling me about how we were trying to understand the importance of it was pornography was somewhat was about what is his subject, but really what it was is about he had been sold. Some guy said, "Hey, give me $5 and I'll give you pictures of whoever the girl was, right?
Score.
Who was hot at the time? I don't know, somebody, right? And I'll give you $5." So he was like, "Yeah, no problem." He's like, "Give me the $5." So he's like, "Okay," gave me the $5. Then he handed them to him, and they were drawings. They weren't pictures.
Mhm.
And he felt like completely cheated. He was like, "Wait, whoa. These are not pictures. These are drawings." But at the same time, to the guy, it was pornography, and it was the way that they were doing it at the time. And he was
Mhm.
just like, he thought it was, he totally got gypped out of it. But pornography, as you were saying, from hieroglyphs to
Dude,
drawings
totally.
to pictures, and people would draw it, and then actual pictures themselves with a snapshot and whatnot.
Yeah, it gets worse and worse and worse. I mean, just as technology goes and the availability, I mean, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
And we talk about, in the progression of it too, between you had photos and you had your soft porn, and you have your hardcore porn,
Mhm.
and then you have your extremely hardcore porn where it has the bondage and all that other stuff.
Mhm.
And, it has all those disclaimers on the bottom. So I've read. No, but seriously, they have to do all those disclaimers. And that's what a lot of these ladies were talking about. We'll get into that more about how the business is not what it seems.
Mhm.
And a lot of times, especially during these harder core scenes and stuff like that, the ladies were saying, the producer and everybody would have us come in and do a video to show that we were cognizantly making this decision.
Mhm.
you know, to jam things and do
right,
things
right.
and, you know, take this beating and this abuse.
Mhm.
And it is really damaging to these folks, which is
Not just sign a waiver, but actually like put it on video.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm okay with what we're doing. kind
Yeah.
of thing, before and after.
Oh, it's great.
Oh boy.
Oh, my God. Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
They may have me Visine. You know what I mean? But little jokes here and there, sorry. But the availability of it, and like I was telling you, man, it was forbidden back in the day. You couldn't go down and buy stuff. And then even when you went into liquor stores and stuff like that, they would have the plastic ones in the back and they had a cover.
Yeah.
And then you would
that.
look like a perv going back there. Not that I bought any, but it was just always weird. And you couldn't really take a look at those things.
I remember the first time I was 18 and I was able to go into the back room at the video store.
You did not.
Oh, absolutely, I did.
Wow.
Yeah, I did.
Did you get a chubby?
No, not really. Not. It's still public.
Walking around, knocking over books and stuff.
Pardon me. Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, but I just remember that feeling of like I felt like I was absolutely breaking the law. Like I was legal, but I felt like I was breaking the law. I was like, okay, there's something. It was a really awkward, weird, strange feeling.
It just feels dirty and stuff like that.
It feels totally dirty.
Yeah, it feels dirty. And then, you know, everybody else in there is a pervert except you. You're normal.
Oh, I'm normal. Everybody else is gross.
Yeah, you guys are pigs. Hey, can you pass the double vaginal, double anal video? You know what I mean? Yeah. But everybody else is pigs, right? And it's just awkward.
Yeah.
It is awkward.
It's very awkward.
But like I said, back in the day, I remember my dad had a couple of dirty magazines. He didn't live with us. He took off when I was young. Mm-hmm. And he had a couple dirty magazines in the back of his sock drawer. And boy, as soon as he went away, I'd flip through them. And I think I was maybe 10 to 13. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like I was going down and pulling on my taffy or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I was just looking at them and going, wow. Wow. Yeah. And they weren't even that crazy back then.
No, they were. The Playboys were described as tastefully done, mm-hmm. right? Whereas what you see today is just
not anymore.
Way over the top.
Playboy's really, really advanced. They progressed.
And is Playboy still around?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Well, I think so. I don't know, but I don't know. I think so. I didn't look it up. But the availability of it, not until the 1960s and the 1980s, they called that the golden age of porn. And this is when they actually started making movies and going through all the legalities of it. And because, they got a lot of pushback, especially from
mm-hmm.
the religious crews coming at them like blasphemy, you know what I mean? You're desecrating a woman's body and stuff like that. Right. And then you'd have these theaters. These peeping Tom theaters.
There's no home video back then.
Yeah, no shit, dude. And you would have.
It's their only outlet.
Holy shit. Now, think about being a freaking pervert, dude. I have never done this, but we used to have the Pussycat Theater in San Bernardino. I think it was on E Street, man. Mm-hmm. And they had these up and down the coast of California. Okay. And they finally went bankrupt and stuff over. I was reading about it. The taxes and stuff like that. They owed a bunch of taxes.
Were they just like not paying their taxes or something?
I didn't really get into it because I was like, dude, this is more, and we're going to get into this. This is really about life after porn, but we're kind of framing this whole thing. Sure. But I got to tell you, you go in there, you got to buy a ticket. And then these dudes are buying popcorn, milk duds, and drinks and stuff like that. Like, what are you really doing in there?
Wearing a trench coat that's in the middle
you
of July.
think they'd space out the seats a little bit because they had regular seating in there and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, this is some of the things that I'm reading some of the reviews of like, dude, they had regular seating. So were you supposed to knock one out next to a dude next to you? Or
that's a good question.
And it's kind of gross, dude. You imagine working there and then cleaning up? Ugh.
Yeah, who wants to do that? Yeah. Home video was a huge hit. Home video was a huge hit because people just didn't want to go there. People didn't want to be there. People didn't want to work there. I mean, they did, but they didn't. They would rather do it in the comfort of their own home and the privacy of their own home.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, isn't it?
Well, it's just, technology at the time, which is very important to the story of pornography and the history of pornography is technology. Right, film, right? That was absolutely the important part of the distribution of it. It wasn't something that just had to be done in person. You could put it on film. They would start to do that. And just as far as the history of it, technology was definitely a part of that.
Well, you got to think about this too. What about, availability? As availability increases, so does consumption.
True.
And then so does problems. And a lot of guys are getting hooked on this stuff. And they said that is like one of the vices because everybody's like, my dirty little secret, You know,
Yeah.
you go home and there's a lot of TikToks like that. Oh, baby, what are you doing? I'm going to go to work. I'm just probably going to watch sports or something like that. And as soon as they close the door, and they got the lotion
Yeah.
and everything, and the girl comes back into the room. And, oh my gosh, what are you doing?
The scenario, you mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
The scenario.
It's all over TikTok about getting caught. I was like, this is so stupid.
Yeah, as far as like being hidden, right? It was kind of hidden. You don't really know who. The first time I ever saw a movie like that.
Oh, pornography. You're saying
I was I don't know how young I was, probably 11 or 12.
I gotta tell you,
I was at a friend's house. I rode bikes over to a friend's house, right? And their parents were gone, and the kid whose house it was, he busted it out, put it in the video, the VHS, and hit play, and we didn't know what it was, and he started playing it.
You didn't know what it was?
No, I didn't know. It wasn't like I asked him, hey, could you go and play that thing? I didn't even know anything about it, and started playing it, and it was just, what a huge surprise, because I knew his dad, right? He's like, oh yeah, this is my dad's. I'm like, I knew his dad. I would never, I was too young to really understand it. And at the same time, I was like, I knew his dad. It was the strangest thing to kind of take that, what I felt at the time, dirty thing, and associate with the dad, because the dad was a nice, clean-cut guy.
Well, hold on a little bit. The respect that we had for elders back then was a lot different than you had respect for the elders today. Yeah. And number two, my boy is 10. Yeah. And your boy is 9 and 13 right now?
11 and 14.
Oh, 11 and 14. Could you imagine them looking at something like you did?
No.
No.
And
I don't know if the maturity is there.
I keep track of that stuff. So.
Oh, you got all yours locked up? Is that what you have?
No,
do
not
you?
Locked up.
It's a joke.
No, I don't know how to. No, I know how to find out what they've been viewing and what they've been. They're on the video games, and they don't have that stuff on there.
Oh, sure. They're playing Rock'em Sock'em Roblox. As soon as you miss, they're looking at the old.
Yeah, no,
that's a constellation, Dad. The labia majora. It's next to the Ursa Minor.
They would really have to be sneaky to get it.
Yeah, because you know why? Because you're smart. And then I'm gonna tell you something. How smart did you think you were? And you thought your parents were dumb. Half the time, the parents knew exactly what the hell you're doing.
Well, I didn't have porn when I was a kid. So
why is my son taking 45-minute showers? Really? I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Get out! What are you doing?
I haven't had that problem yet.
What's going on in there? Why is it all fogged up? What the hell?
Sure, it'll happen soon, though.
and more importantly, is the acceptance has changed a lot legally.
Yeah. And
people, I don't know if society has accepted this or they don't have a choice. But you're starting to see less and less. Did you notice this? You're seeing less and less dance halls and live dancing.
Strip clubs, you mean?
Strip clubs, yeah.
I didn't notice that because
of the rise of pornography. Why would I want
one in town, and it's been there ever since I've been here.
Yeah, that's not full.
There used to be a second one out next to the casinos.
Yeah,
and that one got years.
That never really made it. That was a full nude, and I got to tell you, why would I go? Bar. But think about this logically. Why would a guy go? And I said but I don't mean I was just talking. Why would a guy, I was never really big into strip clubs. Yeah. And there's a personal reason why, but
okay.
Don't say it. But why would a guy go and get all fired up, Johnny on the spot, and drop $300 or whatever, $400, and then come home with this huge erection with blue balls,
nothing to show for it,
with nothing? Or they can just roll over, flip on some internet, and just freaking drop his shorts and go to town on his taffy and be done.
Yeah. That didn't add up to me either. Yeah. It's not something I do.
So a lot of those things are going down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No pun intended. But
yeah, it's with that availability.
It's almost desensitized. Everybody's
free.
Yeah.
It's on television, not television. It's on your phone, free, like
internet, everything.
Yeah. Like you can get what you're fixed. Unless you're some really addicted degenerate that needs to see the crazy, ridiculous stuff that and you need to subscribe to something for that.
I don't even know what that would mean. The little didn't do it, so the little got more and more. It's just like a drug addiction, right?
Yeah.
You need more and more.
Just a little bit more.
And you know what? It is progressive. And pornography addiction is real.
Mm-hmm.
And it's progressive. And what I mean by that, and look, if you guys haven't seen this, look at the Charlie Sheen new documentary. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen. I know that it's out there.
Oh my gosh! Don't watch it unless you want to hear and
Oh,
see things that you
did tell
don't
me.
want to hear.
You told me
Yeah.
something about it.
So what I'm talking about progression is he says, "Hey, I
Mhm.
was so high and I was doing all these things and I could have anything I wanted. Women, multiple women, they would do whatever my sick heart desires. But I got to just tell you, it took me longer and longer and longer to climax, blah, 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 blah. It just wouldn't do it anymore." He says, lo and behold, until I realized that when you flip that menu over, there's a whole nother menu
Oh, geez.
that just opened up a whole new door. And I'm not going to go into it.
Yeah.
But then
Don't
he
ruin
just
it.
starts talking and you're like, geez. And you wonder how you got a virus.
Yeah. Come on.
The
now.
HIV.
He's got the HIV? I didn't. You just told me that. That's right.
You know Charlie. Everybody know Charlie Sheen
Yeah.
got the HIV.
Yeah.
He got the HIV from sticking it in the bibby.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's sad. Sad but true.
But you take these there's a lot of people that have been damaged growing up. And you pick a young lady, doesn't want to be at home,
Mm-hmm.
sick of her mom.
Yeah.
What if it's a single mom? She's not doing good enough. She hates her mother. If it's a dad that was abusive, hates her daddy. If her dad left, hates all these reasons. And so every time I'm around my wife, and so I really try to respect my wife and I really try to show good values in what a man should be to a woman and what a man's role is in the home and vice versa, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid that you can always try to set up the scenario and do the best you can. And sometimes life just happens when it happens, and it does happen.
Yeah.
So you just got to set up the playing field and hope that your children make the right choices, right?
Yeah. You just got to give them give them the tools.
Yeah, but the attractiveness of these young girls, and they can go away. And one of the documentaries that I asked you to watch was it Hot Girls?
Hot Girls Wanted.
Hot Girls Wanted.
Yeah, which was on Netflix, and I've seen that. Yeah, we watched.
What did you think about that?
Well, on that one in particular, it's about how girls get into the industry.
Exactly. That's the attractiveness, right?
And it's Craigslist.
But it
Hot
starts
Girls
out.
Wanted. That's how it starts. It's
Couple photos.
Yeah, just a couple photos.
Yeah.
You can take them in your underwear.
Yeah.
Just come on in. We'll take photos. We'll pay you for it.
And they pay them good money.
Yeah, they pay them pretty good money.
And they
then,
come back.
And then they come back.
And
they
they'll
need more
say,
money. And
they'll come back and say, "Hey, can I do that again?" And they'll say, "Well, we're good for the month, but we do have an opening here if you do the splits in front of the camera with your panties off.
With no underwear on.
Yeah.
And we'll do this much.
Yeah.
And they just kind of it's a total bait carrot and
And they get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come over.
slowly,
Yeah, I'm up next. Go ahead and have a couple drinks, girls. Yeah, hey, you want to get high?
Yeah.
Okay, and next thing you know,
you don't want to answer an ad. They're not answering an ad, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
they got two Jimmys up there. You know what I mean? They got
and they're flying them out. Hey, come on out to Miami for the weekend.
Oh yeah, that's
come
the
on
other
out
thing.
here. Well, don't worry about a thing.
It's like
We'll pick you
6
up.
girls living in a house or something.
Yeah.
Like that. It's just like
And they're making bank.
Mhm.
And they're only good for what?
A year and a half.
They said 3 to 6 months for average girls. And if you're amazing,
Yeah, you can go beyond that.
if you can shoot 6 ping pong balls, you stay there.
Boy. I don't think.
I don't know. It's a joke.
Is that the standard?
See,
Yeah.
I get a little nasty. I'm trying to stay professional,
Yeah.
but it's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard for me. No pun intended. It's difficult for me
It's hard.
to behave myself.
Pervert.
And anybody that's listened to podcasts that knows me personally, I'm trying not to go there, and I can't help it.
I know it's tough. It's a topic that we want to remain serious on.
Yeah.
We're not trying to bring light of it because these girls' lives are affected, and that's really the point of this. Is these girls' lives, for a lot of them, most of them, ruined, completely ruined.
And they don't even see it.
They're
walking it. No,
they don't see it.
They don't see it.
They don't see it. Oh, it's just a little bit. Oh, it's just a little bit. Oh, it's just a little bit. And then all of a sudden, before they know it, they're.
But you got fame.
Yeah.
Everybody treats them. Oh my God, honey, you're so beautiful. God, look at how gorgeous you are. They put them on a pedestal, right? And then they give them the money.
That's another thing. Can you imagine these girls at at the AVMs or at a
they're gods
at a show, right?
Yeah.
Not a show, but at a what do they call it when you go to a convention,
Yeah.
right? They go to the convention and
lines of people
fans are lining up to meet them.
Oh yeah.
And just what they have thought of in their heads about you, and like these,
And I don't know if they're serious or not, but a lot of them were saying in interviews, I love that feeling to know that this guy he was taking care of himself, staring at me. And I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Weird.
I think she's just saying that. I don't think she really likes that.
Is it just for the camera to say that, right? Just for the documentary, so nobody thinks that she's affected by it, but it could be a defense mechanism. Maybe she really thinks that way.
But at the time, they're flying him everywhere, first class dancing. Oh, sweetie, you want some Coke? You want some of this? You want whatever? Boom, here we go. Right?
It's just overall, like I said, the majority of these girls, 3 to 6 months, their lives are ruined. They've lost relationships and,
relationships. Let's get into that a little bit because their family's going to find out sooner or later.
That was one of the things on Life After Porn. That was one of the topics that most of them discussed was like, oh, my dad found out or my mom.
How embarrassing, dude. How shameful. And you know what? They get outcasted. They can't come back home, and that's the worst thing you can do as a parent. But what would you do? I'm saying that because I'm not in that scenario.
I'm not in that scenario either. So,
but if, I don't even want to say it, but if it was happening to me somehow, somewhere, I mean, I would just. Can you always have a house? You always have a home here.
Somebody coming up to you and being like, "Hey, I saw your dog." Like what?
To shun them is to make it worse. They'll never be able to come back. I mean, but how can you, as a dad, accept something like that? I mean, I can't judge them. I don't even know what I would do.
Well,
but we'll get into that in a second. But let's get back to the money.
Okay,
because they didn't disclose a lot of the money that these girls were coming out and doing. And it was not only girls, it was guys too, but they don't have a lot on dudes. They have more on the young ladies that were coming in, and they want them young.
Yeah.
They want them just as soon as they turn 18, and it's like they have a window. Are you yawning on me because we're talking about pornography? Look at your eyes getting.
No.
You want me making some banana nut bread?
Some banana nut bread?
Banana nut bread?
Are you trying to romance me? I will eat that banana nut bread. That's good stuff.
Look at this guy working me over here.
Yeah, seriously, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to detour 1 second. Beep. Dwoz. Dwoz has been making banana nut bread for the past like 6 weeks, and he just has extra, and I've been getting it, and I've been having it for a dessert, and it is phenomenal. It's been so good. So
I've been working on my recipe, and he's lying because I don't make a little extra. I make an extra loaf for my boy here.
See, now that's just dope, right?
Look at him, working him. Look at this guy working. Can I borrow some money for gas tomorrow? By the way.
Okay, back to the story.
Yeah,
money. So yeah, they didn't really discuss.
They didn't really discuss money, but I did look it up, and I tried to get some history on actual videos that they would make money. So it's kind of changed. So during the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. They were making money per scene and stuff like that because they were making movies. Now it's all about OnlyFans, and now it's all about this QuickTime stuff. Yeah, so it's totally changed.
Yeah, it is.
So they don't really disclose.
Your whole platform.
They can own their own platform. They can sign their own stuff. They can stick whatever they want or not stick whatever they want. Whatever they want to do, they can do. In the movies, they were being coerced. They were being leveraged.
Yeah, right.
They were saying, especially if they were signing contracts, and these poor girls, they were like, dude, I never wanted to put a watermelon in there, but the guy told me he was going to sue me and take everything I had unless I shoved this thing in there, the squash or whatever that was. And these girls were hurting themselves over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
It's not normal to do 20 anal scenes in one evening.
Dear God,
but
that's just horrible.
Did I bring back some memories of college for you?
No, the thought flashes in my head.
When you passed out for 20 minutes and you woke up and couldn't walk for 2 weeks?
I'm not going to say names, but I found out about a guy that I went to high school with.
Oh.
Has a story, and I didn't hear it from him.
You mean something that like this happened to him?
He got roofied.
A guy
got roofied, and then he woke up the next day, doesn't know what happened. Had to go to the ER.
Wait.
This was a story that a friend of a friend like told me about somebody I knew in high school. Some guy I knew in high school.
Some guy zeroed him out and just roofied him, and a bunch of dudes just took trains on him.
I think that was the gist.
What is wrong with
the
people?
friend who told me did not tell me specifics because she didn't know specifics, but she found out enough that it was bad, real bad, horrible.
I think Jesus has a special place for those folks.
I don't think it's Jesus involved.
Well, It's a pineapple,
It's his
just like
brother.
little Nicky.
It's his brother Lucifer. Nah,
That ain't
man.
his brother. That was his number one angel.
Oh, my bad.
Got to read that Bible.
I got it from the Bible.
Anyways, for a typical man and female scene, male and female
Yeah.
scene, the male will make anywhere from $500 to $800,
Okay.
and the female will make anywhere from $800 to $1,200.
What about the equity, baby?
What,
Why don't we make it? It should be the same.
No. You know why? Because yeah,
Nobody's there to see the.
and I got to tell you, the guys ain't the greatest dudes. You know what I mean?
They're just
They
not.
come in there with the hairy backs and the bald comb overs, and they just got this big old launch pad rocket, and they're just jamming it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got to be tough. It's got to be tough if you're doing that act, and they got a camera like 5 inches away from your action area,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, "What the hell?" And then they're like, "Okay, we're gonna need you to finish," and you're like, baseball. Oh, that's not finishing.
No, no. That
Who's
would
on
not be
first? Who's
finishing.
on second?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then for female to female, they pay a little bit more, 15 to 2,000.
Okay.
I don't know. You would think they would rather do something like that. And then for the hardcore stuff, and I didn't really get into that because I didn't want to be searching a bunch of stuff on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like $1,500 to $2,500 a scene.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And this is a one-time thing, though.
Yeah, it's a
And then
one-time
them
scene.
owners-
Well, and then depending on their contract, they'll get residuals or whatever,
Do
or it could be a one-time thing. It just depends on their contract.
Are they in the Screen Actors Guild?
No,
They're screen
no,
actors.
they
No?
have the AVNs, the Adult
Yeah.
Video Network.
I know, but I'm
guy,
saying-
something like that.
Like that. I don't know. Yeah.
And I looked up something because I heard a rumor that the gay males made more than the straight males, and I guess that was true back in the 80s and 90s, but now it's not true.
No. Okay.
Yeah, and they were saying a lot of the gay pornography dudes were actually straight.
I heard that as well.
Yeah, and I mean,
I've heard that as well.
I've read that. I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard. Okay,
And
yeah,
I don't
it's
even
not
know
like-
because I have a lot of friends that live that lifestyle.
Yeah, no, it's something I read too.
And I heard, and they always tell me it's always turn on to turn a straight guy.
Okay, like a challenge.
Yeah, or
Right.
turn on, or
Right.
oh my gosh, he's going to do the naughty.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I'd heard that as well. That the straight male actors, they would pay them a bunch of money to go into the gay scenes, even though they weren't gay.
Mhm.
They would just do it, and they'd pop a pill just to have a hard on and just be able to go. Because I mean, yeah, like if you're not gay, I mean, that's not really making you excited, and I don't know. But apparently, they get paid more that way. But yeah, I'd heard. That
I
as
wouldn't
well.
be good during gay sex.
I wouldn't be.
I mean, halfway
I
through
wouldn't
it,
be a
I'd
good
probably be like, "Hey, do you know the score of the game? I think the Raiders are playing.
hold on, I got $10 riding on this.
Hang on, can you hold on a second? They're about ready to score in the red zone. Okay, what were you doing, Frank? Damn it, Frank, what are you wearing? That cologne, it smells good. I'm gonna get me some of that. Anyways, see, we gotta get there. I go
There
again.
we go again.
There
We
I
gotta
go
bring
again.
It, bring it back. We got to be serious here.
And then also, it's damaging not only to their psyche but also to their health.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
it's not normal to have that many partners, that much intercourse, and friction, and all the things going on.
how they're treated. They get treated inhumanely because they no longer see them as a person. They're just a tool, an object, and they
Oh,
get treated that way.
And when you're a hammer, everything's a nail.
Wow. I know you're trying to make it funny there, but I'm being serious. So, and they said that when the honeymoon's over and you're in a contract and, hey, you're supposed to be here 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Go do 3 enemas, get
jeez.
some get lubed up and get out on scene, boom. And they're really mean about it. No, you're going to do, oh my God, that guy's 14. It doesn't matter. In your contract, you do what I say,
Yeah.
or I'm going to sue your ass and you're not going to be doing shit. You'll never work in this business again. Then they leverage them. Their self-worth. A lot of them end up turning to drugs and alcohol to kind of just withdraw or
make it
box
go
out.
away.
I was listening to TikTok videos of some of these girls, and they were talking about half the scenes they don't even remember because they get down there and they get half a bottle. They like to get, they want you down there for makeup, to get cleaned up and then to go over the things, but that could be 2-3 hours. And by that time they're feeding you drinks and food and everybody's doing drugs. So by the time you get to the scenes, you're kind of a little fucked up, right? And next thing you know, you're doing things in which you regret. And a lot of them say that, and that's where it came into the whole thing about they make you do that video at the end. And a lot of these, and it's not shown in a standard video, but I mean, right as soon as they get done taking it right in the face or wherever they're going to take it, they look at the camera. Hey, I did this. I'm not drunk on my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not on any drugs or medication. I talk like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they make them do that. So it's damaging big time. And I mean, after the scene and they say clean up, they treat them like crap. And half of them, it's hard to get a relationship with, and it's hard to have relationships.
Can you imagine? I mean, I just don't understand, like, after all of going through that, some star, right? Let's say some star that shot to the moon and she's, super famous. She's been railed by 1,000 men, maybe more, maybe 1,500 by now, right? Because she's been in it for 8, 9, 10 years. And then she goes and she gets married. Now, I'm not saying she's not worth getting married. I'm not saying that she can't have that. That's not what I'm getting at. But I'm coming from the standpoint of a man looking at that as that person as a potential partner. There, to me, there's just so many things missing. So many things missing.
Their virginity.
That would be one, but that's not
dignity.
Self-worth.
Yeah. Shunned by her family, probably.
Yeah. Just all of those.
Are we going to go to your mom's and dad's for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, seriously. The dignity and self-worth and all that. Just, I don't know that
I mean, you can't ever go to your mom and dad's house for Thanksgiving and stuff like that.
No, you can't. No.
Who stuffed the turkey?
Well, I did, sir.
Here we go.
I did it last night.
Yeah.
And then where do they go after that? And this is where this is all coming to, is life after porn. And we watched several documentaries. There's a lot of documentaries out there.
Mm-hmm.
And we're listening to all these. And we watched 1, 2, 3, and they're really interesting. But then it was kind of like the same old thing. Did you get that too?
It was the same. Okay. The girls that they interviewed it was life after porn, but they were interviewing girls who were just getting into it or had just been in it for like less than 6 months. Right?
Yeah.
There was a couple of there's probably 3 or 4 interviews. They were all saying the same thing. I want to do producing. I want to make my own videos. It's like what you were saying earlier. They all catch on pretty quick. You're getting paid bare minimum to do the video, but you need to own your own brand. You need to own your own videos. You need to produce your own videos. And that's how you make more money, but it's also like how you're able to get out from in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in Hollywood, everybody's trying to get in front of the camera. In porn, everybody's trying to get behind the camera, I guess. I mean, that would be my 2 cents on that.
Yeah. And you listen to a lot of these ladies, and this is what blew me away. I mean, logically, they were saying,
yeah,
I could have done anything I wanted. I had scholarships. I was going to be a doctor.
Yeah.
I was doing this. I was doing that. I had full ride scholarships. I was in Mensa. And I chose to do this. I was just tired of being the good girl. I didn't want to be, the successful girl. I just wanted to be the bad girl. So that's why I turned to porn. And I was thinking,
no,
logically, honey, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, math ain't mathing on that one.
Yeah. So anyways, it wasn't really believable when I was looking at all these videos and stuff like that.
Agreed.
And I got to tell you, a lot of them didn't seem like they were very highly educated, very well spoken. They just didn't sound very, I mean, she sounded like she was, a little, I hate to say it, but a little slow. Her IQ did not seem very high.
The collective thought that I had was just did not see the opportunities and alternatives in front of them, not because they weren't there, but because they just were unable to see it. And it was, I think, directly linked to the intelligence that they had. I mean, they just came across as really clueless people who were just being taken advantage of. That's how it felt to me. They were just totally naive.
But them to come back and say that I did this because I chose to do it, I think that's a cop out. I mean, what are they going to say? They have to save
What
face.
are they going to say? What are they going to say?
What are you going to say?
I feel bad for them because they made that choice. I was thinking about this. You know,
Bet you've been thinking about it.
I'm just thinking about like our lives are just a series of choices that we've made, right? I mean, that's an oversimplistic way to think of it, but these people have made this choice and they have to live with it. You know, some of them truly don't care. Okay. Maybe there's a lot of them.
No, I don't think they don't care. I think they were on drugs or something when they did it, when they were doing this, or they're living a lifestyle. I think they all care. Of course, everybody cares. I mean, that's a natural emotion.
They say they don't care, but I think they do.
Of course they do.
Yeah, I agree.
How can you say that?
I agree.
And the ramifications. And there's a lot of programs to help these folks get out of this. And I mean, to kind of assimilate back into society, after doing things like that. First of all, I don't think their IQ is very high to begin with. Even though they say that, I don't think so, man. To make a choice like that, that's a major decision.
That takes such a far left turn. But
you know what I mean? I mean, that's a major decision.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's not the choice I would have made, and certainly wouldn't, be the choice I would have made from my kids or anybody. But
you listen to them all; they all say they regret it. They wouldn't rather do it. And
there was one or two that were like, "Oh, I don't regret it." But
you can't believe that. No, you can't believe that. And you know what? They took the fast train. They took the fast train, and out of all those girls that took shots, no pun intended. Well, maybe a little bit. That was funny. But you got to think about it. Out of all of them, maybe 2 or 3 of them really made a difference. Maybe in their own personal lives, but they're walking around with that big A on their chest.
Yeah.
They're shunned from a lot. And a lot of damage mentally. No, okay, let's just talk about, I'm going to talk about damage, and then I want to talk about help, how they're getting.
Okay.
So damage, there's a lot of physical damage done to these girls.
Yes.
And dudes too. Because, I mean, dudes ain't easy on other dudes, I would assume. I mean, they're just power driving.
Yeah.
And a lot of these girls are getting it too, but a lot of them are getting tears. A lot of them are getting, what's that dirty thing where everything comes out of their guts kind of thing?
Prolapse?
Prolapsed. And that stuff doesn't go away easy, right? Or whatever.
I don't know. Never.
Not yet. But as soon as you take those pills.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying, they're getting a lot of infections. Now, I'm not talking about viruses and stuff like that. I'm talking about burns and chemical infections, infections with products that they're using that may not be, their body doesn't take well to it. Certain oils or certain
chemical reactions, allergic reactions.
Yeah, and a lot of times they're cleaning up. They're using a new, I'm not trying to get gross, but a new douche or a new enema or whatever, the new products or whatever. And a lot of people's not clean. They might have like a little bacteria. A lot of them have bacteria infections. A lot of them getting yeast infections. A lot of them getting urinary tract infections. And then you think about this. They're plugging each other in one area and then putting them in their mouths and stuff like that. So they're getting a lot of medical stuff like
crossover.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of the girls, if you watch the documentary, they go to the doctor and they said the doctor put me on hold for a month. They said I need to heal. My area there is not made to take that many inserts of things, and they're getting beat up down there. Yeah. And these are young women.
Yeah, dude.
They're busting themselves up. A lot of them, they said, if they continue down the road, they may not be able to have children and stuff like that. Not able to
have children, or they have to wear diapers.
They have to wear diapers,
which is really, really gross. But that's another side. I think I told you this story. There was when I first moved to Los Angeles, my first job, was working for a company.
Wait, you're not going to say this is pornography that you did, right?
No.
When I first moved to LA, this was my first job.
I worked for a production company.
Thank God.
They were not doing porn.
I don't know if I could handle that.
They were doing an HBO special on porn.
Really?
Yes. And
do you remember what it was called?
I don't. I didn't work on that show. The production company I worked for. Anyway, they were doing a show on it, and one of the producers, he worked in the office, same with me. And I just was just shooting the shit with this guy one day, and he was telling me about how some of the feedback from the porn stars was they had to wear diapers. That they had no control anymore. My mind is completely blown at this point. I'm like 21 years old. I've never been in California. I've hardly ever been in California, maybe once in my life. And it was just a big culture shock to go in and all of a sudden I'm working for a show or working for a producer that does the show. And, within the first 6 weeks, I'm having this conversation with this guy and he's telling me about how these guys have to wear diapers. And I'm like, what is going on? I mean, just completely blew my mind. But so they have to wear diapers sometimes, which is really, really horrible and nasty on so many levels.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But mentally, it messes them up too. They say probably about 85%. And, it's hard to find statistics. Anybody that's been to college and you take statistics to that next level, it's a targeted group. So sometimes it's hard to get factual stuff out. But they're saying about 85% of them attempt suicide after
that and big.
That big
number.
That big.
That's
and a lot of it,
awful.
they said probably about 50 to 80% of that is due to drugs use and being shamed, being shunned, going from making $30,000-$40,000 a month down to
zero,
having to work at freaking, wherever for minimum wage. They just don't, they desensitize themselves to the dollar. The dollar just doesn't have the same value, and they're not wanted anymore. Before, they couldn't wait for them to peel that banana peel off their banana. And now nobody even wants to see these people.
Yeah.
And they can't go home. And that's one of the sad things about, like I said, I can't judge those fathers or those mothers that had their children out there doing that nasty stuff. And then they need to come home because they fucked up. Mom, Dad, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Literally.
I made the wrong decision.
Can you ever forgive me and come home? Oh my God, you've embarrassed us. All of our neighbors have jerked off to you, honey.
God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we can't go to church anymore. Where are you going to go? Porn is everywhere now. It is everywhere.
It's kind of become mainstream to a certain degree.
And it's sad. They said that the average life of a porn star is 37 years old.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Due to suicide.
Oh my God.
And they were saying it was up so high that they were having 2 to 3 suicides each week.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So I have a drug problem and I go out and then I run out of money. How do I get drugs? I don't want to have a fucking pimp. So I go on a set, blow some dudes, take it here, take it there, do all these porno movies. And then I kind of sober up a little bit. I don't get any more money, but I have this huge drug problem and I'm not getting any work or any money. Then I start doing nasty prostitution stuff just to get it, dancing, whatever. And the next thing you know, you got a huge drug problem and your vagina lost all of its,
elasticity.
Elasticity, and nobody wants it anymore because it's already been abused.
Desirability.
So where do you go? Desirability. There you go. So what do? A lot of times they just say this world is better off without me.
See ya.
Yeah. A lot of them get pregnant. And what really touched my heart was I started looking at a lot of programs because a lot of these ex-porn stars turned to Jesus. They turned to God, right? You noticed that too, right?
I did, yeah.
And, the churches accept them and et cetera. But then they started programs to help other people. But it's really hard to walk that line. One of the advocates for Jesus Christ, who was also, a Republican as well, was Charlie Kirk. And he's had several podcasts and interviews with pornography stars. And he wasn't judging them or anything like that. He was just kind of talking to them. And he made a couple good points when he was talking. He was talking to a panel of 9 of them.
Yeah. I remember seeing parts of that.
Yeah, and I just thought it was just the way and they lured him. I'm talking about the devil just saying to him, I'll give you all this land, I'll give you all this riches, all this stuff, just bow down to me. These girls were saying, you never had it as good as I could give it to you. I mean, would you ever do me or whatever? And he was just respectfully, kind, stuck to his guns, didn't even go there. Just, he knew. I mean, if you think about it, biblically, the devil was trying him. And these girls, you could bounce a quarter off their butt. You know what I mean? And they're amazing looking, beautiful young girls that just turn to this awful thing that they think is, their future, whatever. And he says to them, if I can give you the perfect family, the perfect husband
Oh, right.
and children,
Mm-hmm.
would you choose that over a career of pornography where you would make tons of money?
Yeah, right.
And every single one of them said they would take a successful marriage and a beautiful family
Yeah.
over pornography.
Yeah, right.
And then he immediately backed it up and said, what are you guys doing each and every day to work towards that goal?
Right.
Are you focusing on putting more eggs in the basket of making money?
Mm-hmm.
And they all try to justify,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm making this money now so I can have that later.
Mm.
And he's talking
gotta
about
work
all
at
the
it.
repercussions that will come along with that. And all of them said that they were actively feeding the pornography pathway,
Mm-hmm.
but they wanted the marriage pathway and
Right.
the perfect family.
Right.
And then he talked about what if your children come across this, because with internet now and information
What a crazy question to think to
and
ask.
AI, and these are young girls, and a lot of them are like, I'll deal with that when it comes around. Don't worry about that. I got my life under control. Yeah, you sure do, honey. Look at you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm. It's just that's a very interesting question. How do you explain to your kids? Because now it's so prominent. It's everywhere. Like we said, it's mainstream. The thought that they're going to go completely anonymous and no one's ever going to know
Right.
is just, that's not going to happen. Somebody's going to recognize you. Even 15, 20 years down the road, somebody's going to recognize you. Somebody's going to
Mhm.
know, hey, aren't you, right?
There's some of them that do blur out, but they're demonetizing themselves when they blur their faces out and stuff
Oh,
like that,
right.
or they hide their faces. A lot of them do that. Flurries, is it flurries? Where they put the animated, not the animated, but the furry animal, furry. They're
called
furries.
furries.
I said flurry.
Yeah. That was another documentary.
I'm not into that.
That same production company was doing.
Come on, I'm not into that.
That same production company I worked for did a documentary on furries.
They did.
Yeah, I never saw it. I just know they were doing it.
Bring in Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah.
Hey, well, let's get that little girl.
Oh God.
That's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at my notes, and I wrote down like 10 of the top movies of all times and all that stuff. And I was just like, it kind of where it got so serious into this that
Mhm.
kind of stuff just didn't seem,
Right.
But if you look at today's actors, and we'll finish up with this. Are you okay with that?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. So, it's getting late and we got somewhere to be tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, seriously.
And
Early rise.
And don't be putting too much in your belly. You don't want to deliver a loaf in the bakery tomorrow at the game.
That's gross.
Yeah. But we do have some famous actors out there that actually made a
okay.
lot of money.
Okay.
And we'll lighten this up at the end. But in all serious, we were trying to expose a little bit about life after porn. And I got to tell you, there wasn't a lot of opportunities or pathways for these young ladies or men.
It was mostly reminiscing about their porn time. They kind of did give glimpses of their lives now. One was rather uplifting because he got the HIV and was a part of a group that was trying to actively help people out to get out of porn. But beyond that, most of them were,
That is scary, man. And they did have that whole thing where they were trying to make them wear rubbers at one time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but all that went
state of
away.
California
Nobody
was
wants
trying
to
to do
see
that.
that, dude.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see that. And yeah, we can go on and on and on about it. But I got to tell you, first of all, everybody I heard or talked to, listened to talk wasn't very convincing.
Mhm.
I think there was other ulteriors why they went into pornography. A lot of them wanted to be saved. A lot of them were saved by Jesus and then went back into it because of the money. They needed to. You don't need to.
Yeah.
They took the easy way out.
It's the easy way out.
They knew it. If I hit that button, I'm going to get some money,
Yeah.
Instead of just fighting it. Anyways, we could talk all day about it. I hope you guys kind of enjoy that. It's kind of a shift from what we normally talk about.
Yeah.
We're not experts in football, but we do like to talk about it.
Yeah, we do. Like
Or
to talk about it.
sports.
Yeah.
There are some actors out there, some A-listing actors that
Mhm.
did
I know one of them.
do pornography that are very successful in
Mhm.
film today. We're talking about film.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to me. Who you
The
think?
one that I know of was Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
She did some softcore porn and some some pictures.
I don't think it was softcore.
Yeah, she did softcore porn. She
Was
didn't do
it?
anything hardcore.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I searched. No, I'm just joking. Man, I looked.
I thought it was hard.
My battery
It's
went out
not.
on my laptop. I looked all night.
Oh gosh. Okay.
No, she didn't.
Okay.
She did some softcore porn.
Okay.
You know, most everybody that I was looking. One you would never expect. I think he did not softcore. I think he did something a little bit
Was
more.
it a dude?
Did the dude? So you're missing a famous one that everybody knows about.
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
No, no.
Arnold?
Actually, Arnold Schwarzenegger did do some soft porn.
He did.
Yeah, he
I
did.
remember seeing.
Yeah, he did. Wow, that was a good pull.
Yeah.
No, but Arnold's nemesis in movies, his rival.
Oh yeah. Sly.
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone.
Very well known for doing some soft porn.
Before Rocky.
Yeah, but you weren't seeing his Italian sausage. Yo,
No, what
you know,
I mean
he
is
was saying that
Stallion.
there was no meatballs and
Yeah,
sausage going on. Nothing. So he was kind of just kissing, and then he was naked. You know, you couldn't see his frontal
Right.
and stuff like that. But Cameron Diaz was, and you know where she got noticed or discovered, right?
No,
She was in a bank or something in line, and somebody came up to her.
Really?
Yeah, that's how she
I
got
didn't
discovered
know
and
that.
put into movies.
Interesting. Okay.
So, one, I'm going to give you a big hint.
Okay.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
One was America's friend for a long time.
America's Friend?
Mm-hmm.
America's Friend.
He was on a TV show. He was America's friend for a long time.
I'm not getting it. I don't know. America's Friend. Hold on.
TV show.
Hold on. Matthew Perry?
Damn, you got the first name right, but it's not Matthew Perry. Think Friends.
Yeah. Matt Perry. Matt LeBlanc.
Matt LeBlanc.
Really?
Yeah, he did some a little softiness.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And another one, one of them was Top Secret on the X-Files.
Not Jillian, but David Duchovny?
David Duchovny.
Interesting. Gillian Anderson. You know, and that's funny. Gillian Anderson, when she was in that movie, when she was in that show,
Mhm.
I was not attracted to her at all. Don't know what it was. Years later, I saw her doing something else, and she was just beautiful.
Mhm.
I just remember seeing that. But anyway, David
Really?
Duchovny. Yeah, I know. Strange. David Duchovny. Yes.
Yeah, David Duchovny.
Mhm. He went on to do Californication.
California
HBO show, which
God, I
was
love that song by the Chili Peppers.
Great song. But yeah, he went on to do the series on HBO about Californication. I think he lived in Venice when that was being shot. I think I lived right there.
And this one's going to be the biggest shocker. Biggest shocker that just started doing. He's from China. Started doing American movies. Just I think maybe in the late 2000s.
Chinese person?
Yeah, yeah. Well known choreographer.
Wait.
Amazing.
Was it?
You're going to be blown away.
Yeah, it's Jackie Chan?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He did porn.
Pornography. Now, I was reading up on him, and please check this out. I was reading up on him, and it doesn't really classify whether it was soft or hardcore. He said he was in a series of adult films.
Okay.
Yeah. So
He was making moves
fast
in
too.
more than one way.
Yeah. No wonder he's so good. One of those finessey guys.
Yeah. Anybody else? Any other?
No,
any
that
other
was
big
it.
one?
I mean, I could have, like I said, man, this wasn't really it.
There's
And
probably more.
there's probably tons of them.
Yeah, right. That we just don't know.
We got to talk to Weinstein. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, jeez.
But I got to tell you, that wasn't the focus of it. I was trying to lighten it up at the end on something like that. But I mean,
It's interesting though.
it is really interesting, and it's weird how it's going to go. And it's weird how my children are going to view pornography, because I always thought it was something that's naughty. They're always going to see something that's just right on the shelf. Maybe they'll walk by it and be desensitized from it. But you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What are you thinking? I mean, aren't you a little nervous about your kids? Like,
I am nervous about it. I'm nervous that they're going to be, like you said, desensitized, and it's not really going to prioritize.
yeah, but you got boys.
Yeah.
I got a girl.
No, different worries there, but still a worry. Still a worry, you know? Especially now with kids, and they only interact digitally. So it's like, if they can't socialize with girls and talk to girls,
Yeah.
you know, go out to a club and talk to people or meet people in social settings, and it's like,
It's scary, man.
and then their expectations of what sex is supposed to be is completely wrong.
Yeah, and it's really
It's all screwed up, and
Yeah, it's all
what's
screwed up.
expected because what you see on those videos.
And I mean, just think about
Nothing.
pornography. What's progressed? Because back then it was like a little nookie and a little
Oh, I know, right?
blowjob and a little missionary.
Just a
Now
little-
it's full on
Yeah, like
freaking.
what they did in the 70s with
Yeah.
in the film, and it's like that was
Whoa.
very basic.
Yeah.
Very
Well,
basic.
back then it was cutting edge.
Yeah, right. Back then it was like crazy stuff.
Cutting edge.
Yeah, right now it's just now
With
it's
all
like,
that meringue
hey,
on
it's
top.
a
Now it's all gone.
Tuesday.
Now the meringue is gone. It's just
Oh,
a
boy.
pie.
Oh boy.
Anyways,
Well, thanks for having me over, dude.
dude,
I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
I can't wait, bro.
It's gonna be a good game.
You better be at my house 7:45.
I'll be here 7:40, baby.
On the big bus. We gonna ride in the Cadillac Escalade all the way down there, bro. Gonna pick up Mr. RK and Mr. Georgetown. We're gonna go check them out.
Nice.
Dizzy Drew, walk your ass home. 72 steps. We'll see you, brother.
Bye, guys.
Take care.